What's up, everybody? It's that time for our segment where you sit back, relax, chill with your significant other. Got that wine, got that blunt, got that ice on wine. Because you know it's that time to get your freak on in between the sheets. As you don't know, this is the infamous, the wild, the crazy, the After Dark session. Ooh, we haven't heard that in a minute. I know, I had to bring it all the way back. Even Gunna had to stretch out and he had to stretch it out and wipe himself off. You know, probably had a wet dream. You know what I'm saying? As you know, hit him with this shit, no ID. What'd you make him say?
To all my ladies in the
place,
right.
Style and grace.
I said somebody else up for it. I can't do with the vocal. Somebody else can do with the bar. Yeah, classic.
Oh yeah, so we'll go ahead and finish into our topics and stuff.
Yeah, so you gotta get me hip on what this Nick Cannon talking.
Yeah, so
I'm curious.
Nick Cannon allegedly got one of his Wild Out girls pregnant with twins.
Damn.
So as of right now, they say this is his 7th kid, but mathematically, I thought it might be like his 4th or 5th because he got twins with Mariah Carey. He has one. He has 2 with 2 different Wild Out girls that was confirmed.
And that's crazy that like motherfuckers like
he classy future, bro. Nick Cannon is classy future.
Low key. And what's so crazy, like when they be auditioning for like the Wild Out girls, like obviously this rumor is like a thing that get around, like motherfuckers, like the castmates be like sleeping with the fucking Wild Out girls, like that's like a thing.
Well, actually,
that's DC young fly old lady.
Yeah, that's been in history for years.
/ old lady, like
yeah.
Like they just be smashing. Like,
yeah, I mean,
these Wild Out girls.
You seen what happened when that was playing I Plead the Fifth. And they was like, would you let your daughter be a Wild Out girl?
You like?
And he was like, I Plead the Fifth.
So my thing is had to make this a main topic. So since he's making more babies, do we have more responsibility as OGs to influence the younger generation? Meaning, is it okay to just have all these damn kids and stuff? You're not married. I know me and Dr. Steiner from our previous episodes, we had our, thoughts and opinions on this, kind of agree to disagree on stuff, but I just wanted to just, put that out there to open, because it's like, there's nothing wrong with, having sex with the ladies and stuff, but do you feel it's more of a duty? Like, if you're gonna have babies with them, like, what's your thoughts and opinions? I'm just curious.
I'll let you.
I want to sit back, relax, and chill.
Like, I mean, ideally, you want to be able to provide at least some semblance of an example that they should follow. Like as far as like having a family, a household like the quote unquote nuclear family, which involves a mother, a father, and the children. I mean, ideally that's what you want, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like we right now in the age of non-tradition. I mean, it's always been non-traditional things going on, but right now non-tradition is kind of at the forefront. We are non-traditionally making money. We are working non-traditional jobs. Non-traditional relationships. Everything non-traditional is at the forefront right now. My thing
niggas ain't even getting married the same like women.
Niggas
ain't even wearing white dresses and this and that.
They wearing like T-shirt and Tims or T-shirt and J's.
Look, the thing for me is like, look, you can have as many as you want to, but as many as you can comfortably provide for and still play a role as a father figure. That's something that should be explained. Like if you're a dude and you got 7 kids and 7 different women, or X amount of different women, you at least need to be explaining to them, why you in the situation you in, as far as why you didn't stick with one household.
Yeah.
And you should also, make a point in an effort to let them know that just because I'm not in your household and I might be in this one or I might not be in none of them, that, I'm still going to be here for you as that positive male influence, positive male role model as much as I can be. And I will make sure that, I'm there to provide in all facets, emotionally, fiduciarily, whatever way I need to be able to provide, you should be there to provide. I think that if you having a bunch of babies and you can't provide for them, then you shouldn't be having a bunch of fucking babies.
For definitely agree with that.
For me, and I've spoken like a whole bunch of times on this podcast about my personal thoughts on marriage and shit. Like,
check out our previous episode on that. We're just dealing with is marriage love or business. Definitely recommend that.
Yeah, for those of you who haven't heard that episode,
it's a business.
The long and short of it, in my opinion, is marriage is just simply a business, and the fact that we get married for love is a recent thing as far as human history is concerned. We used to marry for power, we used to marry for money, we used to marry for influence, we used to marry for land. And only recently, like maybe the last 100 or 200 years, have we been marrying for the concept of love. I'm marrying you because I want to be with you just because, That's a relatively recent concept. And I feel like siring children in marriage can be mutually exclusive. They don't have to go hand in hand, in my opinion. Yeah. And I know that there are constructs socially that will tell you otherwise, whether it's your parents telling you that, if it's your pastor telling you that, or something from the Bible or whatever. You can choose to, you could choose to subscribe to whatever you want to. Just me, Michael Stein, personally, they can be mutually exclusive. Like, you can have kids and never marry anybody and still be a great father and a great provider. I've seen it happen both ways. I've also seen motherfuckers get married and you be a shitty parent. So, to me, why wouldn't the opposite, be a potential or a possibility if we know personally that there are a whole bunch of shitty fathers who are married to the women that they've had children by. We see examples of that all the time, even from the black community. Yes. Let's call a spade a spade. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of good ass daddies out there, and the mother and that man just never decided to get married, Yeah. Like, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. Nick Cannon rich as shit. And as long as he's doing his job as a father, and these women are aware of, what fucking with Nick Cannon brings, and he ain't out here like taking advantage of them or being predatory or anything like that.
Yeah. If they just a nigga who if they want to do.
Yeah, if they willingly going through with this and like fucking, I don't give no fuck if I have a baby by Nick Cannon. And they cool with that, they gonna take care of the kids, then fuck it, go for it.
As long as you real about it, like Lil Durk's girlfriend India, she was like, I knew the moment I decided to have a kid, I knew I was gonna be his sixth baby mama. And I'm okay with the moment I decided to start a family with him. I knew what I was getting into. I was going to be his sixth baby mom. But I'm the motherfucker that's on this, the credit, all of this shit. My name is on shit with him. Yeah. So it's I knew the moment, what I'm saying? That title of, you a sixth baby mama. Okay, but this is what, what I'm saying? My name on all this shit.
Yeah, you can be the sixth baby mama and still be the most important
woman
in his life.
Yeah, so she was I already knew what it was. But getting into the other part of your question, do we feel should we be responsible? I feel like this generation, the back end of my generation and the ones that's coming up now, it's a strong sense of entitlement. I know the pandemic hit and shit. Yeah. So it's forced everybody to stay inside. So but even before then, this younger generation feels very entitled. Don't nobody really want to work for shit.
Do you know why? I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. Do you know why? Because the generation before that one told us that we only have to do this and we will be fine, right? So my parents, their parents told them that all you needed was this. You just need your two hands and a desire to get up and work, and you was gonna be straight. Motherfuckers in generations before us, they retired off of these and nothing up here. Motherfuckers that stopped education at the 6th grade and they retired off of these. They done bought property, they done bought land and shit like that, kept it in the family.
Yeah.
Off of these two, they done made millions of dollars farming off of these two, and they got no formal education. You can't do that now. So when motherfuckers was telling us all you need to do is just go to school, get your diploma and shit, and you're gonna be straight. Or you do sometime, you get your associates or your bachelor's, and you're gonna be straight. You know how many people ain't straight after a bachelor's? You know how many people
in the whole student
loans, debts, and everything.
$50,000 in debt off of a bachelor's, and they still can't get a job in a field? How would you feel if you worked learning something for 4 years and the job you got ain't have shit to do with what you just learned? That's like studying all the biology books in the world, and then you take the final exam on it, and is over deserts. You'll feel stupid as fuck, right?
Yeah.
Like, why did I spend the last 4 years doing this? And that's just like motherfuckers who
Damn,
man. Shout out to the what was that? A mosquito?
Bro, I don't know. That shit was big as fuck. Bro, look at that shit. I don't know what the fuck that was. It was some kind of that shit was big.
It was. Probably
that shit was big as fuck, man. Like, I seen the wings close. I said, God damn, hold on. That nigga taking the look. Bitch. But had to put the shoulder in that bitch. Wait a minute.
But yeah, we was like poorly informed. We was poorly informed, and we was put into a situation where everything fucking collapsed. You were about the motherfuckers who was just making it, and then 2008 happened, and the housing crisis happened, and the recession happened, and shit. And when no jobs for nobody, when no money for nobody, motherfucking shit was getting foreclosed on. Motherfuckers had medical bills through the roof. Insurance wasn't paying shit. So what do you tell a motherfucker who came up in that time that all they had to do was go get that bachelor's, and then they get into that market and it ain't shit left for them? We need to stop telling motherfuckers how easy it's going to be and properly prepare them for how hard it's going to be. We haven't done that. That's why they entitled. Anytime you send them on, we've been selling them dreams. Every generation that's coming up, the generation prior to them sold them a fucking dream. That's what happened. Think about the babies who's coming up now. They're going to be like, shit, I made $1 million off of crypto. And then they think they're going to be able to jump into the stock market and make $1 million off of crypto.
You got the game wrong on that.
They don't want to do nothing than sit around. Well, shit, the motherfuckers before me sat around and now they millionaires. So why the fuck sitting around ain't going to work for me? Think about the kids who coming of age right now and the motherfuckers who up under them and shit. Who did they watch? Who was they looking at? Motherfuckers ain't want to be polices and shit, nothing like that. That's what we wanted to be. But look at how cops is portrayed in the media now. It's some good, some bad. I ain't here to talk about that. But look at who their heroes is. YouTubers, influencers.
Lil Durk.
These motherfuckers made videos, content, podcasters, and all that shit. People are looking at this for like real careers and shit like that. And by the time it's time for them to get there, by the time
it's like a 13-year-old right now, like making triple times my salary.
Yeah, and by the time
making YouTube videos, playing a video game, talking about what he doing.
And by the time,
no disrespect to y'all, we like that, but
shout out
to y'all. Y'all was able to. You found a way to make it work.
In that lane.
You was able to parlay your passion. That's what they did. So when my son look at me and say, Dad, I want to be a YouTuber, now I got to hit him with the cold hard reality. They're like, that shit probably not going to happen for you. Because just like you thought that, it's hundreds of millions of people who just watched the last generation of YouTubers and TikTokers and Viners and all that shit. These motherfuckers in Hollywood movies now, right? The market's saturated. That's not a viable, concrete way to financial stability. But that's what they see coming up. So don't complain about them not wanting to do shit. We didn't prepare them to do that. Nobody was telling them they need to be no fucking hard workers. Not when you sat in front of a camera 6 hours and did some editing and now you worth millions of dollars. That's motherfuckers ain't presenting the facts to them.
So basically you're saying for us at fault, we should be held accountable because we didn't prepare.
Yeah, bro. Like so many times I was told as a youngster coming up that as long as you're willing to work and you got these, and maybe just a little bit of this, you gonna be straight. That's a fucking lie. That's a lie. That's an absolute 100. That's bullshit. That is not the rule. There's some exceptions out here who made it that way, but that's not the rule. If it was that easy, everybody would be fucking doing it.
And also, just to interject as well, when we say exceptions and stuff. Exceptions statistically is 0.01%. So therefore, if you get lucky, you're in that 0.01% league. Yes, there are exceptions,
That's like one
but that does not throw away the rule.
It's crazy.
Rules of the game.
It's crazy because we call them entitled, but we don't say that motherfuckers who want to go in the NBA and they play ball, childhood, middle school, high school, college. We don't tell them that they just wasting their time playing around, even though that statistically they won't even get close to the league. Why we don't tell them that they wasting their time, but we tell these motherfuckers that they entitled? Why we don't take accountability? We won't take accountability in that situation. Yeah. Why is one of them framed like this and one of them framed like that? You go out, you go hard. Nah, you should really be telling that nigga, hey, that shit probably ain't gonna work for you. So that plan B maybe should be your plan A. And if you happen to make the league, nigga, you lucky. You beat the odds. Yep. You should go play the lottery. For everybody else on this court, get the fuck out of my face because you ain't going nowhere. If you want to keep it real with a nigga, tell him like that. Yeah. Instead of boosting and fluffing shit, and then when they don't want to go to work, you want to talk shit about them. Also, about this current state, and everybody talking about all these people lazy, they don't want to work, they want to get paid unemployment.
Yeah, because we was going to interject into that. Yeah, go ahead.
How do you, bro? I've worked entry level jobs, a whole bunch of them, and I fucking sweat, and I fucking bled, and I was in that bitch 40, 50, 60 hours a week, making pennies, making less than $1,000 after tax. Making less than $1,000 before tax, working 60 hours in a week, right? So why the fuck would I get off my ass and go clock in for a motherfucker who gonna pay me bullshit again? No, people know they value now. It's always been people who gonna exploit the system. That's just the nature of the system. You can't get them all, or you just gonna have to shut down the whole system. I'm not talking about people who freeloading. Don't act like they just started it now. Those people who freeloading, been freeloading. They've been Section 8 and didn't need Section 8. They've been getting food stamps and didn't need food stamps. Those finessers have always been there. Don't start talking about them now. But for a motherfucker who, over this last year and a half, sat back and realized that they worth more than what the fuck they was getting paid, because if it wasn't true, how come McDonald's raising they fucking wage up to somewhere between $15 to $17 an hour?
What a bonus.
That's going to be the average.
Yeah.
That's going to be the average that a burger flipper getting paid. Remember when we was on this podcast and I talked about that shit, and motherfuckers, we was discussing about raising the minimum wage, and I was like, and I understand that because the cost of living is too high.
Yes.
Motherfuckers realize that now. So Amazon paying people $18.50. When I was working for Amazon a year ago, I was making fucking $15 an hour. They paying motherfuckers $18.50 to not even be a driver, to be a package sorter. Them motherfuckers are getting paid like $13.
Yep.
They getting paid $18.50 to start.
And probably a bonus too if you sign up.
And right, probably a sign on just to get motherfuckers in the door. Because motherfuckers don't want to get paid shit. We've been with on the threat of being evicted. Yes. With this new housing crisis that's going on, motherfuckers got laid off. Y'all got kicked to the curb in the middle of a fucking pandemic. And now these employers, the same motherfuckers who said, fuck you, kiss my ass, I guess you'll figure it out. The same CEOs who was sitting on their ass and counting these big ass bonuses want you to come back into their company now and still pay you scraps. I ain't mad at nobody who want to say fuck that. Know your fucking worth. Don't stand up and let a motherfucker hold you out. Everybody who's saying no to that shit and they taking their unemployment because the unemployment paying you more than this fucking job that you put 10 years into paying you, yeah, take the unemployment. Yeah. Don't hold yourself out. And don't let nobody tell you that you lazy or nothing like that because you know your fucking worth. Know your worth. Everybody who finessing and freeloading, let them do them. Yeah. That's what they do. If you want to get mad about them now, be mad about them then. What Jay-Z say, it's tough being Bobby Brown. To be Bobby then, you got to be Bobby now. Yep. Don't talk about some shit that a motherfucker doing now that they was doing in 1942. Don't tell me about that 1942 ass shit. I don't want to hear about that shit today. I'm talking about these motherfuckers who woke up and realized that they getting fucked. They got some value about themselves now and they want to hold on to it. So pay these people. You want them to work? Don't put a big ass sign that say apply for all positions, not hiring. Don't do that. Pay them a decent fucking wage. If they so important to you and your business about to fail, then you will pay them like they're important. You will pay them like they're essential. That's what you do.
Because when your business making hundreds of
right, because if they ain't right, if it's just a basic bitch ass job and it ain't worth nothing, well then eliminate the position. Yeah. Oh, you can't do that. You need them. Well then pay them like you need them. If you want them to get off their ass.
I also want to interject too because like early today and stuff after coming from a workout from the gym and stuff, I wanted to get some lunch and stuff. I go to Panda Express. Shout out to Panda Express over in O'Fallon because you know they stay packed. This time I go over there. It's like the longest line I ever seen in the drive-thru. I pull up so I can go inside. Door locked. They say due to staff, we closing at 8. Drive-through only. Then when I get up in there, they barely had what I wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how the
And then like on the sign, they had like as you just stated now, you know, they're hiring general managers. They'll get like $60 a year. Associate managers will probably get a third of that. Regular managers and like key holders. Will probably get a third of that, and then they have line cookers like $11 and $12. I'm sort of going like Panda Express is one of the most popular companies out there, and you're still charging them chunks and change and stuff. But as you stated before, inflation is going up high. It's like, how can I survive working $12 an hour during this time now? Not back in the day, because back in the day we could have. Now it's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12.
My first job. First job, I was getting paid $6.50 an hour.
Yeah,
$6.50 an hour, and I had to work a shit ton of hours, and I was still making like motherfucking like $600 or $700 paychecks. But I had to work my ass off for that. Like that wasn't shit. That wasn't nothing. Like you gotta pay a motherfucker what they worth. You see, all these motherfuckers complaining and all that shit. When you go to your favorite restaurants and all that shit, you can't get your food. You upset, but you just said these people weren't worth shit. You was just running your mouth saying that. You was just saying the burger flipper shit make $15 an hour, but when you go to McDonald's now and ain't nobody in that bitch, now you mad. Yeah, well, either they important or they not.
My coworker was just telling me a story about that. They was like pulled up to the McDonald's and they was like, yeah, like. I ain't gonna cap. It's just me and like somebody else. That's what's taking it. That's why the line is so fucking long. Like, and we gonna shut this bitch down. Like you said, shut this bitch down. Early.
Yeah.
And the staff like motherfuckers don't want to come. Like
maybe they heard all that dumb shit y'all was saying, and they said, you know what? I want to strive to be more than a fry cook. Maybe they went and got them a big boy job. What would happen if all of them stopped working these meandering ass jobs? How would you feel when you went to lunch and you could go get your Chick-fil-A? You'll be mad as a motherfucker, right? It ain't even Sunday, it's Monday afternoon.
Yeah, I know.
You'll be pissed the fuck off if that happened. Well, then maybe you should stop talking shit and realize what's going on. Maybe those jobs are important. It's the same shit I've been arguing for years. Like, everybody,
especially a restaurant, like
if it's a official payroll job, and that person is of legal working age in the United States, if it is a single person, man or woman, they should be able to afford to provide for themselves. I don't want to hear that shit a college job. I don't want to hear it's a this job or that job. It's obviously an important fucking job. That's why all y'all motherfucking pennies in the book right now about not being able to go get you a Big Mac because it's one motherfucker working 12-hour shift and he ain't got no help. So it's obviously an important job. You should be able to make a decent living if you are a decent age and you work a job. You should be able to provide at least for yourself. And nobody's saying you got to drive a Benz or nothing like that. You should be able to afford transportation to and from work, and you should be able to afford housing if you are working a job. All these other motherfuckers who not going to work, they are able to afford their cost of living because the government is subsidizing that right now. And you should look real fucking stupid because these motherfuckers could be at your business generating more business for you, but instead the government offsetting that. And now they at home and they able to take care of themselves. I ain't mad at nobody who are trying to make a living. They making a way for themselves and their family when you wouldn't.
True. And then I want to interject on that as well. It's like the people that are unemployed.
Yeah,
they're getting more money than us. I'm still scratching my head. I'm like, damn, It makes me. I want to work. Cause I'm like, I'm busting my ass, and then I was like, hold up, they getting more plus another 300. I'm like, what the hell?
That federal.
I'm like, what the hell?
Check. The crazy thing about that is, you shouldn't be mad at them. You should be mad at your job too, because why the fuck aren't you paying me right? That's a wake up call to everybody who's still going to work. If you going to work and you feeling a way about what a motherfucker getting on their unemployment check, don't be mad at the motherfuckers who getting the unemployment. Don't be mad at the government. Be mad at your employer for not paying you what you worth. If a person has lack of employment and this is what he's getting paid, well then a person who is employed should be getting paid more than that. And that's a problem with the job. That's not a problem with it's a problem with the government and all that shit, but that ain't for you to fix.
Yeah, but separately, but mainly it's just
mainly
the
it's your job.
Yeah.
It's your corporation. It's the fat cat CEO who fly private everywhere he go. That's who you should be mad at. If you work for Amazon, you should be mad at Jeff Bezos.
And he's not even the CEO now.
You should be mad at the board. You should be mad at whoever determines wages. The officer of finance.
Yeah.
You should be mad at him. Chief financial officer. You should be mad at Amazon CFO. That's who you should be mad at. You shouldn't be mad at nobody else who making a living. I'm not mad at nobody who's sitting at home with some kids right now. If they weren't getting that unemployment check, they would be homeless. I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at the CFO. Why the fuck ain't you paying me right? Why the fuck am I working overtime and my check ain't where it needs to be? Why am I still out here looking for maybe a second job and this one full time? This ain't even entry level. This is an essential job. I worked through the fucking pandemic and you won't pay me right? You can go to hell.
Ain't know what's even funny is that, every time I be driving and stuff, I'm seeing more and more fast food spots open up. KFC open up in Caseyville, where Wendy's used to be at. Yeah, Popeyes. Because you know, at first Popeyes was slowly dying out.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that shit just came back with full force.
Burger King opened up in Shiloh.
Yeah.
Popeyes opened up in Shiloh. Like,
Wingstop in fucking Shiloh.
I'm about to say, hey, that Shiloh
Wingstop in fucking
like over there by
Collinsville.
Hey, them niggas, hey, Shiloh O'Fallon, like right up in there.
Yeah, fucking Taco Bell opened up over there.
That's the new little shopping wave right there. Like,
Starbucks over there.
Yeah,
it's popping. Yeah, man, pay your workers. The workers that are still around.
We appreciate y'all.
I appreciate y'all.
We do appreciate y'all.
And I'm.
We know because we was there with y'all years ago. Look, we started for the bottom up.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Started for the bottom and we here.
Bro, sis, I'm fighting the same fight you're fighting. I'm fighting the exact same fight. If you are in a position right now where you are able to make a decent living off of the job that you're working, I'm with you. If you working a job right now, you feel like the wall's closing in, you need to reevaluate some things. You need to go up there to the negotiation board and let them know, listen, you're either going to pay me this or I'm going to have to seek greener pastures because you worth more than that. You worth more than fucking popcorns and peanuts. You worth more than that. Don't let them hold you out. You got to know your value. Don't let nobody tell you that that 20 ain't worth for 20. Don't get nobody a 20 and they say, all right, I'll give you $5 for that $20 bill. Because that's what you're doing right now. Get your shit together and know your value. And don't let nobody hold you, exploit you, none of that shit.
That's how it is right now.
Be mad at your CFO.
Yeah.
I bet he ain't missing $1. I bet his pool bigger than Drake's. Nah.
Chilling on the island.
You hear me?
With three, 4 chicks on his side. And with no idea how do you feel like you coming in the game, getting to the point where you're becoming an OG yourself, like, and you seen us have to go with me and Gunner, our OG status now, but you and Dr. Stein coming in, becoming OGs now, like, how do you feel? How do you see it?
As far as like,
no, just you coming up because you work countless jobs yourself and
crazy.
And like you've been
what's
and
crazy,
you taking care of your kids and everything else. It's like
like I agree with Michael Stein. Like in the last couple of years, the main thought, like me and Michael Stein had a couple conversations about this. Like the more and more I get up, I be sitting here thinking like, bro, why the fuck am I sitting here working for somebody else?
Yeah,
because I done bust my ass for so long just to get the bare minimum. Like the shit, like you said, like the shit that's supposed to just be like something that everybody should be able to make happen, and it's just like I don't work so long for just the shit, and it's just like, damn. Like, do you know how long I've been trying to get like my own place? Like,
hello. Message.
And shout out to the folks. Y'all really need to listen to this because
like,
yeah.
I've been trying to get my own apartment for like, I've had roommates and I've lived in different places, but like trying to get my own shit where like I'm on the like on the lease by myself and able to afford all of this shit. Like, it's been years in the making.
Yeah.
Like, years. Just constantly trying to switch, constantly jumping jobs, like using some jobs as stepping stones till I'm like to land another job that's paying better. Some jobs be a step back, some like, you know what I'm saying, step up, and this is like, it's frustrating, you know. So it's just like I agree with Michael Stein, like just the fact that if motherfuckers like realizing their worth now, it's just like, bro, do your shit. It's frustrating to be at this age and be like, bro, niggas are still having to like finesse other shit. Like, now niggas gotta work a full-time job and then DoorDash on their off days type shit. Or, you know, jug and sell drugs or whatever the fuck niggas gotta do to make extra money. Cut hair on the weekend. Like, whatever the fuck you gotta do. Niggas out here having to find multiple streams of revenue just to keep the basics. And it's like, it's ridiculous. Because it's like, the older you get, you're like, damn, motherfuckers want us to do this shit till we 66. And the job market is constantly changing and all this. Like, certain jobs are becoming more important now, like more digital tech, like computer jobs. You know, obviously medical jobs are always going to be what they're going to be.
Yeah, shout out to the healthcare, because, you know.
And shout out to like, you know, all the underdog like hairstylists and, you know, barbers and all them motherfuckers who like, you know what I'm saying, like you could, like who pretty much like they own boss, like they work for themselves. Like, if a barber don't see no money that week, that's because that was on him because he didn't get up and make his own money. Like, ain't nobody tell him, yo, bro, you got to come in and work. He could work 5 hours and maybe make his day depending on what kind of barber he is and what he charging and shit. But that's the thing, like, that's why everybody taking an entrepreneur route, like trying to be their own boss, because they realize it's way more value in that. Like,
I want to interject there, not to interrupt, but for the folks that are trying to be entrepreneurs,
have your shit together first.
Yeah, have a business plan first, execute it, and remember, you're going to fail. That's business 101. If you're willing to fail, you will succeed. Prime example, this podcast. We always talked about wanting to do a podcast. It took us, how many years? A bunch of years before I just, personally interjected and just said, well, I mean, fuck it, let's just do it. And look at us now.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, just try
start somewhere. And like, it don't even got to be. Obviously, you ain't gonna start where you want to start.
Yeah, like look at this. Like 2 seasons in, and we're starting off small, and we're doing it for the love of it. We're also gonna do merchandise, so we can go ahead, try to make a few bucks as well. But I'm trying to get this to the point where, we don't have to do 9 to 5s and stuff, and we can also do other things as well. If you still want to work your 9 to 5, that's cool. But we still got extra. We got money on the side. I'm trying to get. Our goal is for us to be retired, chilling on an island, on the beach. I mean, that's my goal with the podcast. I want us to get to that plateau to where like.
Yeah, and that'd be the thing too. Just finding something with the longevity.
Yeah, and then also too, like, if y'all gonna do this, put in the work. Stop bullshit. If you're gonna be an entrepreneur, you're gonna have to put in that work to at least get a profit. And remember, the profit might be small, but remember, long-term money will always be better than short-term money.
Shit, I mean, look at motherfucking J. Cole. That boy said it in, I forgot what song off his new album. He pretty much was like, bro, like, I respect niggas that, like, rap about being broke rappers. I respect that hustle because it's like, shit, sometimes you talented as fucking, you got all the skills, but you just you struggling to, make ends meet or make the money. Like, you scraping to get by. He was like, shit, that's how it was in, like, 08. Like, wasn't no bread coming in.
Yeah.
And so, but consistency, determination, like consistency and like, what I'm saying, making sure that what you're doing, you have a passion for it. As long as you stay with it, like many people have said that, like, just don't stop doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it'll
keep going.
Like,
good times, bad times, put in the work. You'll see the results. Again, look at the podcast. Like, I didn't even expect for us to even go this far. I think like 1 year is cool, but look, what's that? Second season, third season already. Third season, we're doing visuals. We got YouTube. We're on Pandora. We're international. Yeah, we don't have the money yet, but it's going to get there. It's going to get there. We're about to hit 200 on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
I mean, we're about to hit 3K downloads. I mean, like, the opportunity is there. You just got to put in the work. If you see it, believe it, go out there and do it.
All of y'all, like,
and surround yourself with people that's going to have your back no matter what.
Like-minded people.
Yes.
People on the same page. Yeah. And you said it, like, the best way, if you going to provide something, a good or a service, and you want people to buy it or buy into it, they got to believe it.
Yeah.
And the best way to help somebody believe it is you have to believe it too.
Yeah.
You're not going to believe nothing that motherfucker like, I don't know, it could change your life or it might not. I don't know. You got to believe that shit. Like, you got to be 100% on board with the shit that you're doing. Anybody who ever made it in an entrepreneurial lane, anybody who ever made it believed the shit that they were saying. They believed that. More than they believed anything else. And that's what got other people to buy into that. Like, damn, like, if you going that hard for it or whatever, like, maybe it's something to it. You know? Maybe I'll check it out. Like, have some passion about yourself.
We'll see. I know Gunner's probably half up. What's your thoughts, man, if you're able to interject?
I mean, yeah.
Because, you're an OG as well, and you came up in the game, too.
You definitely got to have the same like-minded people around you if that's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Also, whatever motivates you, whatever reason you're doing, keep that, like, on the forefront. Because there's going to be times where you just want to quit, give up. But whatever got you started, keep that there just to kind of revert back to, like...
Don't forget why you're doing it.
Yeah. And,
yeah. I mean, but it's definitely, like, frustrating. I think that's the main word I'll probably say is frustrating.
Frustrating? Yeah. It was never, if you think back to how you...
Because I'm just thinking about the days we worked at Copia and shit like that, and just days like restaurant workers only making this much. We make less than minimum, like motherfuckers make less than minimum wage because they assume that you're making the rest of your wages in tips. And then we already know how like the restaurant industry is and motherfuckers is when it comes to tipping and shit and all that. So it's like, damn, motherfuckers getting shorted out. But motherfuckers out here working 6-7 days a week to make up for them tips that they not getting, that the state is assuming that they like, no, bro, pay these, like Michael Stein said, pay these motherfuckers whether they just dropping water off to the table, wiping off the fucking table, whatever.
Pay them what they're worth, because if they didn't exist, your business would fail. Yeah. So
because like you want a clean table, don't you? You want clean silverware and clean glasses. Because as soon as you see a spot on anything,
you be like, hey.
Because how you feel if you sat down in a restaurant and it was like, oh, the kitchen network, go clean your own dishes.
Or like you go lift up a fork and the last nigga's like, it's stained food and sauce on this shit. Like, like, bro, like, no.
You'll feel bogus if you have to walk up to the kitchen yourself and make your order, right? So stop shitting on them people like they don't have no value, because they do.
What that boy say? Is dishes in the bed? Gotta roll up your sleeve. Yeah. Watch it. He got that ambition, baby.
Yeah, because because this, I mean,
stay by his side.
Yeah, because it's shocking as hell out here. Like, fast food restaurants. I know some of y'all like, man, I wouldn't work in a fast food restaurant, but guess what? I worked in a fast food restaurant. Gunner. Me and Gunner started off at Jack in the Crack. Gunner was when it got me to help me get the job at Jack in the Crack. That was my first real job. My first job was doing construction for my school district. Shout out to East St. Louis District 189 for their summer construction, building houses and stuff out there. Shout out to y'all.
That's just, man, that's all I can think about, bro. It's how crazy it is when you land a certain job and you think, damn, I'm making some money. Like, you making like 8, 9. And you're like, damn, I'm making some money. Because you're working all these hours. And then you get a job that you're making like 11, 12. You're like, fuck that. Well, I'm out here getting that bag. Then you see, then you get this next one, you like, damn, I'm making 14, 15, boy, I'm fucking winning. Like, then you like, damn, like, what is the ideal amount? Like, what's the ideal amount? Here's the motherfuckers gotta make like $22 an hour.
No, the change in that is like, when you stop talking about what you're making now and you start talking about what you make a year, that's when you cross over. That's the crossover. When you stop talking about wage and you start talking about salary, that's when you cross over.
Looking at that's every time I look at my W-2s, I'm like, damn. So what I make, like, I instantly start looking at this. I'm like, damn. Like, I do it 30,000, 35,000, 40,000.
And then the worst part is that's average now, because normally most average now would probably be close to like 42,500 if you can.
Yeah, because like at $30,000, you poor.
Yeah,
you still poor.
If you're in like the 30 to 35,
you poor.
Yeah, like, anything over 35, you can live.
You can maybe start having some conversation.
Yeah,
but like 35 and now, you still poor. You working poor. Indentured servitude. That's all you doing. Like when it used to be. This was like 10 years ago. The magic number was 50. It's like 75 now. That's the magic number. If you want to know what the end goal is, 75.
What's 75?
75 for a family of 4.
What? Oh, like a salary.
The salary.
Yeah,
salary-wise,
that's the happy number. Making the happy number is what can your income be where any more than that doesn't bear any effect on your happiness, right? That number used to be 50,000. It's 75,000 now. And it's like a 10-year span.
So, like being somebody that like is what do
you can say a 6-figure nigga.
6-figure
nigga. The details ain't important.
But that's alias,
Like for somebody who make like what you make, but then like to be in the field that you in, it's like damn. It seemed like damn, this boy like Gunna is winning, but to him he like fuck, bro, I'm out here like getting my ass kicked just for motherfuckers to like. So what is that? What is that?
Yeah,
like,
how do you feel about
feeling
that?
the same level of like work frustration?
You bust your ass to get to where you was at.
Like because what do you like hourly? What do you do? Pull like what do you pull hourly? Like
30, like mid high 30s.
Right. I'm currently like at like 13. So it's like, and then it's like, but we both out here stressed the fuck out from like different jobs. But
y'all stressed out for different reasons.
Yeah. See,
he's not worried in a perfect credit, scenario and no debt. Gunna not worried about how I'm gonna be able to keep the lights on. He not worried about that. He easily covers all of his bills every month without a blink. In that scenario, you perfect credit, no debt, $13 an hour. It's a fucking struggle for you to even consider being able to pay rent, just rent, not electric, not gas, not fucking insurance, not car note.
Or cell phone, or internet.
Just rent. It's a struggle for you.
Or
at
food.
13. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Y'all both stressed out? Y'all stressed out over different things. You worried about if you can make it for the money. He worried about if he could take it for the money. Can I take these motherfuckers, whatever, like piss me off in my job? You worried about, damn, am I going to make it to next month? Cornell coming up, insurance coming up too at the same time. Oh damn! I had to make an unexpected trip to the doctor, and it's out of insurance. I gotta pay out of pocket. You worried about can you survive? He worried about can he endure? That's the difference. Y'all both stressed. Y'all stressed for different reasons, and that's the difference between you making low 5 figures and him making 6 figures. Yeah, that's the difference.
That's what I'm saying. But like, how does he feel like? To him, like, is it worth like? Because like we were saying, know your worth. Like, is what you making like?
I bet
yearly.
I would bet
do you feel like it's worth like what you do for your job? And
I would bet his salary that he wouldn't trade the same problems that you have. He wouldn't trade positions with you.
You gotta think about. He's like,
nah. He wouldn't. I would bet that he would. So even if that's always gonna be the struggle now for him. He can make twice what he make a year. It's just the bullshit that come with making twice that a year.
Yeah, the more money you make, the more problems you're gonna have.
Yeah, the problems are different though.
Yeah,
you're not fighting to survive now. You worrying about Well, what my Roth IRA doing? What my 401k looking like? Can I work with this motherfucker over here? Damn, he kind of a dick. I don't really like his jokes, but that's my superior. Different problems.
Whereas, you know, you might have the same thing, and they'd be like, you know what? You fired. You're like,
yeah.
You ungrateful bitch.
And then on top of that, the time that he didn't put in to get to where he at, he asset now. If he want to take his ball and go home, it's somebody else who ready to play a pickup game. You take your ball and go home, you might not have a home to go back to. That's the difference.
And then we also add kids into it. It takes it to a whole nother level.
We on a whole different...
it's a whole nother level.
We on a whole different playing field.
Yeah.
Hang it up.
Yeah. You might as well be like, you know what?
You talking about, I'm struggling just for me? I'm struggling for somebody else?
I don't know, yeah.
Shout out to the motherfuckers making it, though. Surviving and enduring.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all.
Absolutely. I ain't never gonna knock the hustle. Don't sweat the technique. I was trying to get to where you at.
Yeah.
You know?
Do it till you're satisfied. But let's get on like a little. But well, let me go back to the main topic and stuff. So, do you feel now you becoming an OG that we have more responsibility to the younger generation?
I mean, I feel like every generation before has some type of obligation to the next one's coming up, because it's like what is it? What's the particular race with the batons? A relay run?
Yeah.
Like, with the baton, passing it off.
4x4 relay.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like that. It's like, but like Michael Stein said, it's in different ways now. Like, we have to show them different than how like the ones before like us came up and shit. Like the lessons that
they failed us. You could say it. They failed us. The ones before us failed us.
Yes and no. I mean, yes. But like you say, I feel like it's a response. I feel like the generations now have gotten like too far left. I do think we need to bring them back in, like tighten this back up. And yes, there's certain things like we weren't taught how to balance a checkbook, build credit, certain things like those things we weren't taught.
And they failed us because
they failed us on that part.
Yeah.
But also like I do feel like the youth have got too far left. Like somebody need to like teach them, show them some things like to bring that, tighten it back in, get like
yeah.
But yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah,
that we should. I actually think it's a personal responsibility for anybody who has kids in their aspect of life, I guess you could say. Like you don't necessarily have to have kids around, but if you got a nephew or a little cousin,
if you're a figure for somebody,
it's your responsibility. I believe, to kind of teach them the right way.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's so many different facets to that come into play when we talk about like the perpetual demise of each generation. It's so many things that like come into play there, but like what Gunna said is like a huge one. That's why like the each one teach one shit was so big. Like, I got mine. I ain't worried about nobody else. And that mentality fucked us. That really that hurt us bad. Motherfuckers get out the hood and don't look back at the hood. You ain't gotta be in the hood to help the hood. Yeah. You ain't gotta be at the bottom to help them on the bottom. Yeah. Like, but motherfuckers had been down so long, they was like, fuck it, I don't give no fuck, I'm out. I'm only worried about me. And that mentality, fuck everybody who coming after you.
Yeah.
So when we look at shit like, and he hit the nail on the head when he talked about credit, we weren't taught about that shit.
None of that shit.
And they watched and they
only like briefly, and then it was
and
like
look,
never took.
Here's the even worse part. They didn't teach us about credit, and they watched the world and saw how much more important credit would be, and still didn't teach us. They didn't teach us shit. They didn't teach us shit about banking. They didn't teach us shit about trades. Nobody taught us that. At least me. Nobody taught me that. I didn't learn any of that shit until it was a too late moment.
Yeah.
I didn't learn about a credit score until my credit score wasn't good enough to do shit. I didn't know none of that. I didn't know shit about a bank until I was already in debt. I didn't know shit about a trade and union jobs until I had already fucked off at 15 of them. Yeah. 9 union jobs. Yeah. I didn't know shit until it was already not too late because my body's still able to do shit. But it was too late to begin on that horse when you should have started there. Like, we fucking over everybody who come after everybody. Instead of sitting around talking about what's wrong with these motherfuckers and how lost they is, we could be helping guide them.
Yes.
That's what we should be doing. It don't start. You could talk about how fucked up they is until you blue in the face, and guess what? It's only gonna get more fucked up. It shouldn't take for you to have a personal stake in the generation to give a fuck about the generation. I give so much of a fuck by the generation just because. Now I have a personal stake.
Yeah.
Because my children are a part of that same fucked up ass generation. These motherfuckers who don't care about nothing. These motherfuckers who this. A motherfucker that my kid is a motherfucker. He one of the motherfuckers that you talking about. And it should take for that for you to give a fuck about them. You don't know if it'll ever work out to where you have a personal stake. The stake should always be personal.
Yeah.
They got to live here too. I wish motherfuckers before us would have gave a fuck. The right way. I wish the motherfuckers before them would have gave a fuck. I wish my granny and them gave a fuck about what was going on in the world and police and all that shit instead of shutting your mouth and looking the other way. Because that's what they said. That's what they told my mom and them. Don't get involved. Shut your mouth. It's Don't make a fuss.
Well,
that's what they was teaching my mom and them.
True. And at different times, though.
Different times. Yeah. Absolutely. And but everybody from that time wasn't blind. It was plenty of motherfuckers during that time who had the foresight. Well, and some of them did teach, and some of them didn't. I watched the professor say, we asked him, he was a part of the lock-in in Northern Illinois University. And they chained up the doors, and motherfuckers made demands and shit. It's like the 60s. He was on the FBI's most wanted list. A library of information. All civil, social rights, all that shit. And we asked him, why didn't he ever decide to be one of those figures? Start a revolution, spark a conversation, light the flame, inspire some people. And he said, and that's exactly what he said. He said, because everybody who do that die, and I don't want to die. It's great that he a teacher. So I ain't going to follow him for that. At least you decided to teach. Because it ain't everybody's job to stay on that front line and die. But it's a whole lot of motherfuckers who didn't teach who said the same thing that he did. With the same knowledge. That's fucked up. I don't want to hear that you give a fuck if you ain't willing to die for it.
Yeah.
I die to make it better for my kids.
As I say with the motto.
And not just them. And not just them. The motherfuckers who coming after them. That's how much I give a fuck about the ones who coming up after me. Because it hurt every time when I look at how disadvantaged and unprepared that I was. And I'm already black. I'm already fucking black. That shit's sad to me. So fuck yeah, I die for them.
Well, I've always spoken this motto. This came from Sylvester Stallone. Shout out to him. But it's a good philosophy statement. Either you're gonna live for nothing, or you're gonna die for something. Yes, we had a lot of people that died for something, and they get the uttermost respect because you have to stand up for what you believe in, good or bad. You have to stand up for what you believe in.
Your principles and your morals.
Yes.
They're your own. Like, can't nobody tell you what matters to you or what you value. Like, can't nobody tell me what that shit, like you said, like, can't nobody outside tell me what that shit means to me. Like, you can't put a value on how I feel about, you know what I'm saying, making sure that my kid is in a decent school. Or, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you can't tell me the value on that, because to me, that's priceless. Like him in public school, or him in, like, if a motherfucker decide private school, or, you know, whatever the situation is, like, you can't tell somebody how they should value something that's important to them. Like, that's just not logical. Like motherfuckers, and that's the thing. Like motherfuckers been telling us what we should value for so long, and it's like it was never the right shit that we should value. We over here idolizing and valuing the wrong shit and putting importance on the wrong shit, and letting other people decide for us what we should feel is important. Like no, nigga, like you said, like. If a motherfucker would have made me feel like credit was important, then that's the first thing I would have started working on. Had you made it seem like that was something, like, but when other motherfuckers getting, credit ain't, like you said, credit, you didn't think of credit till it was time for you to do something with motherfucking credit. You ain't
trying to get your car, your credit looks like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, bro.
Like, that shit really fuck. You know how many times I didn't try to apply for a credit, like, just a straight credit card. They like, nah, bro. Like, at first, when I was with the credit union they was like, well, first, like, your job, your work history ain't, like, extensive enough. And like your credit score ain't really shit. So it's like in that zone where it's not bad, but it's just in the zone where we can't fuck with you.
Yeah.
In a nutshell. So it's like we can't help you. So then it's like, okay, well now I have to find avenues and ways to build credit. But it's like it's so loaded, I can't get shit nowhere. So it's like, damn, so how am I? Luckily, when I was able to get my car, paying that car note on time every month. I've been doing that almost 2 years. My credit score went up. Just being consistent with the payments.
Is that commercial? I can't find a job because I don't have any experience.
I don't have any experience.
That invert
cycle,
that damn college,
yeah, that's real shit.
I don't have any experience because I didn't go to
college.
Yeah. I don't have any experience. I don't have any experience because I didn't go to school. I didn't go to school because
I can't find a job because I don't have any experience. I don't have any experience because I didn't go to college. I didn't go to college because I don't have any money. I don't have any money because I can't get a job. Like, it's a cycle.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we definitely going to have to go ahead and shut this down. We appreciate you for listening. As you know, we do have our Instagram page. Hit us and follow on that at the No Host Bar Crew. Definitely hit us on our YouTube page. Definitely like and throw out some comments. Subscribe to our page, man.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, I'm built because it's a lot of episodes that I'm posting on there, and I'm taking my time to build it up. So I'm still on season 1. I'm slowly editing and posting and stuff. So give me a minute, but I just posted episode 9, or the infamous one about we was cussing out Lupe and stuff, and there's more coming to that if you haven't heard from the other ones. But yeah, definitely listen to that, relax and chill. As you know, recently we just finally got on to Pandora. So if you got your touch screen in your car,
Pandora's box.
Got your CarPlay on, and you got your Pandora app on, save us, add us on there, listen to us. Definitely.
We're not censoring ourselves.
No, we're not. Nah.
So whoever made that comment, like, what's the point of the whole lane of podcast is like freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. I mean,
it's like that's the main thing, that the focal point of any podcast, like whatever my topic is or whatever type of subject we speak on, any type of podcast, is like I should be able to say what the fuck ever I want to say via this subject. And
henceforth, No Host Bar. Even though some things might be
bro.
Yeah, No Holds Bar.
Like, we're gonna cut the fuck up. Listen to No Holds Bar. Like, damn, these niggas ain't holding back. Like,
yeah. Now, some things we might hold. Some things we might hold back. We can't admit that. But 9 times out of 10,
we disrespect motherfuckers respectfully.
Yeah.
It's like, we disrespect. We may say some wild off the wall thing, but at the same time, it's a reason for it.
Yeah, a reason to our madness. There we go. Yeah, but no, I just want to put that out there for the disclaimer stuff. And some people might be like, "Oh my God, y'all cuss. So what? We're grown folks. We can say whatever we want."
Your mama and them cuss.
Definitely.
You grew up cussing.
Yeah.
Because you heard everybody else cussing around you. You thought it was the hip, cool thing to do. It added that pizzazz and that flavor to all the Indio sins. Bitch, the fuck? Damn.
Motherfucker.
Shit.
It's an animal.
Like, so don't point it as a negative when you've made it like a positive for your own business.
But definitely hit us on our Facebook page, the No Host Bar Crew. Merchandise, we got Dr. Stein on that, so
we on it.
Yeah, we still on it. Don't worry, we got you. I know it's been a minute, but we still got you. We just want to make sure it's right. We just gonna not throw it out there.
Y'all. That's all that shit is.
That's all.
That's it.
See how long the visuals took.
Yeah, see? That was like 2 seasons. But we definitely appreciate you listening. Thank you to all of our streaming sites, Amazon Music, Anchor, to our international people, Deezer. Thank you so much.
Shout out Ireland.
Yes, thank you. Especially the UK as well. But
Free Palestine.
Yes.
Definitely free
So, Dr. Sonny, if you can, take us out.
Yeah, that Palestine shit wild, bro. I was in it. Like